Hey guys, so after great games during the Champions League, today we're gonna cover Real Madrid versus Villareal for La Liga. Obviously, Real Madrid had to win this game before the international break, and after that performance midweek. So Real Madrid was gonna play a 4-4-2, and you're gonna see that Chouameni was gonna be in the defense, because Militao had some issues, muscle issues, and in the midfield they were gonna have Camavinga back, but they were gonna have this box here, and we're gonna talk more that throughout the game. Vinicius was gonna be on the left, and Mbappe was also coming back. Rodrigo was on the bench because he also had some back problems. So we'll see that. Then Villareal, they were gonna play a 4-3-3. Something to note was that Vaina, Barry, and Pepe they were creating a lot, and Barry, even though he's so young, he played super well in my opinion. Wade also he had a great game. I thought if they had scored a goal or something, I couldn't be surprised. So what was Real Madrid's game plan? They were gonna press super high, as you can see here. Chouameni, like I said before, he was gonna be in the defense, and I think that's why Valverde he was gonna be like a holding midfielder, so that he was gonna cover Chouameni's back, because as you will see, he will be here, or he will help create, but he will also be here like Kroos used to be on the left. So it was another position for him. He's done that for Uruguay, but it was good to see that in Real Madrid now. And obviously Vinicius and Mbappe they were gonna switch positions a lot. Like we all know that Mbappe is comfortable on the left and Vinicius too, but for some reason I just want to say Mbappe is not playing well. I know he just came back from injury and all that, but he's not fitting into the team, in my opinion. And so here you can see the box that I was telling you about. Valverde and Camavinga. I saw Valverde staying and Camavinga going higher from time to time, although they would switch positions too. Bellingham he was playing on the left and Modric on the right as a wing, but they would switch positions too, and it was good to see that. Modric as a wing on the right, he plays super well. All right, so here you can see this lineup that they kept all the time with Modric going higher on the right, and obviously Vinicius and Mbappe. Mbappe tried to go to the left from time to time, but it didn't succeed. It wasn't as good. Vinicius he was also going to the middle and playing as a 9, but in the first half at least that didn't work. Okay, so now what was Villarreal's game plan? So Firmino he wasn't gonna go high, like he was gonna cover Vinicius or Mbappe because obviously they were gonna play on the left a lot. But Firmino, in my opinion, he didn't have a good game, and actually, in my opinion, he should have got a red card because he was 2 yellows. Then Weah, like I said before, he had an excellent game. You know that if you're gonna play against Valverde, Camavinga, Modric, and Bellingham, you have to play super well and be physical, and he was like he could recover balls, he was distributing the ball, he played super well. And Barry, he was playing against Rudiger and Chouameni, and he's super young and so physical that he didn't have any problems going against any of these guys. I was super surprised. Another thing to note was that when they were building, when they were pressing high, they would do like this. Comesaña, he was gonna be here between Pepe and Barry because Pepe was 1v1 against Mendy a lot, so it was gonna be like this. Baena, he was gonna go to the inside, so like a number 10 most likely. Cardona was gonna go high. Way was gonna defend this. He was able to defend a lot. And Firmino, like I said, he wasn't gonna go as high, so he would stay here. And Parejo, he was gonna drop between the two and cover this area as needed. So it was good, but the problem that I saw was that they, in the last third, they didn't have the last touch, the last pass. All right, so here we're gonna see how Villarreal covers corner kicks. Here you can see very way on the first post because they're super tall, and Albiol he was gonna be in the middle of the area and they're covering by zone, by the way. But here you can see that Valverde he was staying behind. He's not even shown in the picture. But obviously Camavinga he also has a great shot from outside the box, and he was waiting there. But okay, so here's Real Madrid's first goal. It was around the 13th minute, and Modric he passes it to Bellingham, but Bellingham lets it go to Valverde. Baena sees that and he starts running from the back. But look, there's nobody covering, and there's time and space. There's gonna be a little deflection on Baena, and there you go. The goal just goes in, but the ball goes in, and that was the first goal. And in my opinion, it was it was Villareal's fault, because you don't let Valverde do that. Like, we all know how good he is shooting from the outside. Anyway, so that was the 1-0. Something that I like to mention is that Villarreal, when they play from the back in all that build-up, they are really good. Even though Real Madrid was pressing high, 1v1, being physical, all that, they can build from the back. All very nice, but like I said before, in the last third, that's where they don't have a killer there. I think even though very so good and young, he just needs a little more experience. And anyway, something to think about. Here, as Vinicius and Mbappe, they always go to the left. It creates a lot of space here on the right. On on Real Madrid's right, so Carvajal goes up, and obviously Villarreal has to go to the right, and there's a lot of space here on the left. So Baena and Carvajal, they had a lot of duels. It was good to see that, because Baena doesn't cover a lot, but in this match he had to, and he did pretty good. And this is how Real Madrid covers during corner kicks. They also go by zone, and to be honest, Villarreal in the corner kicks, they didn't do as much, but that's how Real Madrid covers. And here you can see that, like I was telling you guys before, Camavinga, Bellingham, Valverde, and Modric, they they switch a lot. They talk to each other. They say, "Hey, just have, during the match, they always have to stay two in the back, and the other two just go up." So, I mean, it worked out for today's game. And then here you can see that after the 30th minute, I think Bellingham started coming to the right. Let me put Camavinga where he was, like that. And Modric was playing as a number 10 now, and here to the middle to the left. So it was good, because even Mbappe, then he started coming to Real Madrid's right. So it was a lot of movement there. And that was the end of the first half. So please, if you're still watching and you see any value in this video, please subscribe. Thanks. Anyway, so in the second half, we're still gonna see Bellingham on the right. It was a lot of right movements, and here you can see that he was dropping a lot too. And now, as you can see next to Valverde, actually, because Bellingham, Camavinga, and Modric went up like that. So it was a lot of movement, but always staying two of them in the back, two midfielders with the two defense. Here you can see Bellingham on the right, Modric all the way in the left, like that. And something that I like to say is that in the second half, he was attacking more now, with Parejo and Comesaña just staying more. Alright, so here, after the 60th minute, they switch back. And it was just like that. Now, let me put them up here, because he was playing as a number 9. Then, on the 67th minute or so, Bailey came in for Albiol, because Albiol was tired. Then Pino came in for Vaina. I don't think that was a good move, but anyway, and then Akama came in for Pepe. I think Pepe had a good game, but Akama also had a good impact. I think he was playing good on the right. Then Ancelotti made some subs. Militao came in for Camavinga, but that meant that Tchouaméni was going to be here. Militao here, where he always plays. And Rodrigo came in for Mbappe. But this was interesting, because Rodrigo was going to play on the left, Vinicius as a 9. But now you're going to see that Modric is going to drop and Valverde going to go high. But I'm going to say that was still a 4-4-2, just like that. Because Valverde was dropping a lot, but we all know that he's capable of playing as a wing here and covering all that space already. On the 73rd minute, here we can see that Modric, he's going to open it to Carvajal. Carvajal, he's going to open to Valverde. But look, what I'd like to mention is that there's 5 players there and nobody's pressing on Valverde. So, and Vinicius you can see the pass there. And there's 4 players on Vinicius and nobody presses. But then Vinicius is a really good goal from outside the box. The goal is actually, he has a good position, but the ball was just too close to the post. And there was this 2-0 for Real Madrid. Really good goal. But I think Villareal should have pressed more. That was my opinion. Then here we can see that the Rats came in for Parejo, but he was gonna go higher, so now it's gonna be like this. Comesaña was gonna stay way here, and the Rats on the right. So it was gonna be like that. And here we're also gonna see that Guller came in for Vinicius, because Vinicius he had injured, something happened with his arm. But Guller, he plays as a midfielder. So this was interesting because he was gonna play on the right. I saw it like this, but then Bellingham's gonna come higher. So it was like this. But Guller was defending a lot. So even though it was like maybe like a 4-3-3, sometimes it was like more like a 4-5-1 because he was dropping a lot. Yeah, there you can see that. Then Juan Bernardo came in for Cardona, and you can see it right there. And then Vasquez, he came in for Modric. Modric was tired. He had a good game, but he ran a lot. But he usually plays on the right, so everybody was gonna go a little bit to the left, and he was gonna be here. That was supposed to happen, right? But then Carvajal, he got injured in the last minutes, and as you can see, that is a horrible knee injury. So he got out. There wasn't time for a substitution, so he just came down here, and they were playing a 4-4-1 for like a minute or so. It was a good game. I really enjoyed it. There was a lot of changes. The injuries didn't help, but let's see what happens during the international break. So if you see any value in this, please consider subscribing. Thanks.